know where. Let's see some here. Okay. Okay. Okay, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. I thought I was live, but I really wasn't for the first 15 minutes, so I'll just begin again. I'll say I got good news and bad news for you folks tonight, and that is, the bad news is, this is the 10th and last part of our Furniture Mart section of our Furniture Mart project. 10th project, Furniture Mart project using TSQL and Azure Data Studio. That's the bad news. The good news is, beginning Wednesday night, 9 p.m., we're going to start back over project 1. We're going to go through the whole process, all 10 projects again, using our programming language and things like tidyverse, ggplot2, and also maybe even use Quattro to create some PowerPoint presentations. So again, project 1, our programming, Quattro, tidyverse, ggplot2, beginning Wednesday night, project 1, Furniture Mart. Okay, so anyway, in your apps, I got started here this evening a little bit. Let's see, where did we leave off? Here we are. So, the first, so tonight's project 10 is advanced sales growth analysis. Dive deeper into sales growth metrics and analyze factors influencing growth. So the first part, calculate year over year and quarter over quarter sales growth for the entire business. So we got this here, and this just gave us click. So this just gave us quarterly sales, but not over top each other. Okay. So then we came down here. We tried to calculate year-over-year growth. And what we saw was this. 2016 year-over-year saw an 8% growth, and 2015 saw an 8% growth over 2014. 2016 saw an 8% growth over 2017, okay, and so forth. If we come down here and we look at quarter-over-quarter analysis, because we got quarter 1 for each year, okay. So what we're doing, we're comparing one quarter, the previous quarter, to the current quarter. So here's the total sales, previous quarter sales, and quarter-over-quarter growth. So you're comparing the previous quarter sales, total sales, to the previous quarter sales. So in that case, these are both the same. And it saw 23% increase in sales for the second quarter 2014. But we actually saw for some really strong, for the first quarter of 2015, we saw a 57% decrease. Now this could have something to do with, maybe it's not really comparing these two, right? I'm not sure. We rebounded with a, looks like a 6% or 0.6% increase for the second quarter 2015, quarter over quarter. A 79%, I guess, 33%, minus 63%. Now this happened again when we switched quarters, so this probably has something to do with the way this is being, with how it's looking back on the previous number. Because it may not actually see the previous quarter because it's the previous year. So you can see, except for the first quarter of each year, we're seeing sales growth. Okay. So that's quarter over quarter. Let's take a look. Now, I hope what you realize is what a powerful tool, uh, what a powerful tool ChatGPT really is. Anything else? Oh, we got not one, not two, but three. So let's see what we got here. So this isn't hopelessly bad, because you can see total sales. Now what we're not seeing, of course, is the market segment. Total sales and previous sales. So that's not a bad plot. We obviously, the problem, of course, you can't pick and choose which columns you want to use, all right? So that's not too bad. If you click here on table, this takes us back to the numbers here, okay? So if we look at just say at the market, I think the year-over-year sales, okay, good. So what it's saying here is we got the quarters here, okay? Now, I'm guessing this starts over for each market segment, all right? Look over here, you can see that we've had, and it starts back to zero, because you're not comparing it to the previous quarter display. So you can see we've had single digit, mid single digits, high single digits growth in the consumer market. What about over here? And we had a big jump in corporate market. I wonder what caused that. 68%, one. But we ended with a minus 21%, which is kind of strange. And what about home office? 15% minus 29, and a 108% increase, which is kind of strange over the previous months, okay? All right. So that's the first one. So that's market segment. Let's come down here and say let's do this by region. So why are we going from 42% to 12%? We got 0, then we got 13. Oh, this is interesting. All these showed a decline in the growth at some point. 13, then minus 13, which is really kind of strange. 31%. Then we come down to south. See how it's converting it to Python? That's an unusual error. Oops. Okay, the error occurred because SQL doesn't allow a Windows function like lag to be nested inside aggregate functions. Additionally, you cannot use a Windows function outside of select. Let's adjust the query. Let's adjust the query to correctly calculate the first and last. Yes, let's do that. Why don't we? Now this is helpful. So, the lowest growth was east. The largest growth was west. Okay, very good. Let's save this. Okay, very good, very good. All right. Analyze each customer segment are contributing the most to growth. Growth, you can break it down, sales by customer segment, e.g. market segment, and then calculate the year-over-year and quarter-over-quarter growth. Aggregate sales by monthly quarter, calculate year-over-year growth, rank by contribution. So home office showed the largest year-over-year growth, okay? Largest growth between 2014 and 2017. Very good. Okay, we can't really create a heat map here. Create a heat map to visualize growth by product category and subcategory. Let's go do it this one here, because we obviously can't visualize a heat map, but can you create sort of a table version of a heat map? Let's see what happens here, shall we? And I will, of course, upload this notebook to the repository, and you'll see the link to the GitHub repository with all the code and the data and the requirements in the description to the video. Okay. This is going to be kind of interesting. What did I see down here? Lag. So lag means look back one year or one quarter. Okay. Look to the previous value. See, Why is there so much trouble with these numbers? Well, my guess is because, unfortunately, the sales numbers probably aren't real numbers. Okay, they're probably not real. They're probably made up somehow. Because I mean, how do you go from a 92% increase to a negative 31 into 14? And they minus. They all have. Well, no. Here we go. Furnishings does not have a negative value, but it goes from 52 to 32 to 3. And we got minus 15 for the first year, 55, and 0.9% increase. Okay. Why don't we visualize these? Yeah, so it doesn't really do much good because we can only see one thing. Sale. And now, for the fifth and final requirement of Project 10 and the end of our SQL exploration of the data. Okay, the end of our XPROS sales analysis data using SQL Server and TSQL. And again, come back Wednesday 9 p.m. and we'll begin back over again. Project 1, we'll be using R and Tidyverse and Friends to analyze the data and use ChatGPT again to write the R code for us. Okay. Again, this is one of those kind of things. You know, what do you do if you ask it a question? It's not really one that's good at answering. Okay. Okay. Data preparation, past sales performance metrics, market conditions, external factors like segment, region, and other relevant. Seasonality, lag features, growth features, model selection, query to prepare data for. Let's just see what this does. That's one long report. So don't really know what we can conclude from here. But what we do know, my friends, is that's the last session, that's the last requirement for this evening. You're welcome. So now let's go over to GitHub. No, I have two emails. I should have. I tried to add a second email, but I didn't let me do it correctly. Okay. Let's close this. Upload file. upload a notebook. There you have all the code. Well, that's not true. All the code plus the project 1 through 8. Okay, because the first 8 parts were not included. We're not included. We're not included in the notebook. But you can go back and you can. Your first notebook. Now you can go back and take the notebook and go back and add the rest of these first